She's not weak. She's not innocent. She's not confused. She knows exactly what she's doing, even when she acts like she doesn't. She took vows. She built a life. But when she gets that text, when she hears that compliment, when she locks eyes for a second longer than she should, the game is already in motion. Why are other people's wives so available? Why do so many married women cross lines that destroy everything? They say men are the hunters, but in today's world, married women are the easiest prey. The reason? They let themselves be. And if you don't understand this, you're walking through life blind and powerless to reality. This isn't about morality. This isn't about ethics. This is about what happens behind closed doors, in silence, when no one is watching. And today, you're going to see it all. Comment: I'm ready for the truth, if you're ready for the brutal truth. You've seen it before, you just didn't realize it. You thought she was a good wife. She looked like a respectable woman. But then one night, one moment, one decision, and she became someone else. Married women are not supposed to be available, but today they are more available than ever. Why? Because the barriers that once protected marriage are now completely shattered. Temptation is everywhere. The workplace, the gym, Instagram DMs. She doesn't even have to go looking. It finds her. She is emotionally neglected. Her husband stops making her feel desired, but another man steps in and gives her what she's been missing. She is bored. Routine kills the thrill, and suddenly the excitement of a new conversation feels like an adrenaline rush. She can justify anything. She doesn't wake up thinking she'll cheat, but she also doesn't stop herself when she's playing with fire. Married women don't just wake up and destroy their marriage overnight. It happens slowly, and by the time she realizes, she's already too deep. If you don't understand these truths, you'll never know how to protect yourself or your future. Number 1. She feels invisible. While you are out there grinding, building, and trying to be a man of value, she is slowly becoming invisible, not to the world, but to you. And the moment a woman starts feeling unseen, she starts looking for someone who will see her. She wasn't always like this. There was a time when she couldn't get enough of you, a time when she wanted your attention, your touch, your words. Back then, your presence alone was enough. But now she sits there, watching you from across the room, wondering when you stopped looking at her the way you used to. A woman's biggest fear isn't being alone, it's being with a man who makes her feel alone. And the moment she feels emotionally neglected, she starts making silent moves you don't see coming. She won't tell you outright. Women never do. Instead, she'll test the waters, small, calculated steps. She'll dress a little different. She'll post more on social media. She'll spend more time at work, at the gym, with friends. And if you don't notice, she takes that as confirmation that she's already gone in your eyes. This is how it begins. She starts becoming more responsive to male attention, more open to subtle flirting, more engaged in conversations that make her feel interesting again. Not because she's looking for another man, but because she's looking for herself. And she finds herself in the eyes of another man who gives her the feeling you stopped giving her. If she feels invisible in her own home, she'll find a place where she is seen. If she feels like just another piece of furniture in her own relationship, she'll find someone who makes her feel alive again. Most men don't realize this until it's too late. They think she's still the same woman who promised loyalty, the same woman who wouldn't even consider stepping outside her marriage. But what they don't understand is that a woman's loyalty isn't permanent. It's conditional. It's conditioned on how she feels. She stays loyal if she feels cherished. She stays loyal if she feels excitement. She stays loyal if she feels valued. But the moment those feelings fade, the moment she starts to believe that her best years are behind her, Her mind starts entertaining new possibilities. And the worst part? She won't even feel guilty about it, because in her mind, she's just reclaiming the feeling she lost. This is why so many married women become easy prey, because they are emotionally starved, and when a woman is hungry for validation, she doesn't think rationally. She doesn't think about the consequences. She thinks about the rush of a new conversation, a new compliment, a new man who makes her feel like she's still desirable. What can you do? Wake up. Women don't leave when they find a better man. They leave when they stop feeling desired. A woman needs to be kept on her toes. She needs to feel that her man is still the prize. Most men get comfortable. They get lazy. They stop putting in the effort that made her choose them in the first place. And this is how they lose her without even realizing it. You need to become the man she's afraid to lose. Keep leveling up. Never let her think she has you locked down for life. Women don't respect certainty. They respect challenge. Make her earn your attention. If she thinks she can have your validation whenever she wants, she'll get bored and start looking for validation elsewhere. Maintain masculine mystery. Women crave unpredictability. If she knows exactly what you'll say, exactly what you'll do, exactly how your relationship will feel in 10 years, she'll lose attraction. A woman who feels like she's competing for your attention will never stop wanting it. But a woman who feels like she has all of you, no effort required, will slowly detach. And once she starts detaching, someone else will be there to catch her. Number 2, she loves the thrill. She wants the feeling she had before you became routine. The feeling of anticipation, excitement, uncertainty. A woman is addicted to emotions. She lives for feelings. She chases the high of being pursued, being wanted, being in a game where she doesn't know the outcome. And this is exactly why married women become easy prey. Because the moment routine replaces excitement, the moment stability replaces adventure, the moment predictability replaces uncertainty, she starts craving a different kind of experience. Most men assume that because she said "I do," she'll always be satisfied, that because she's built a life with you, she'll never be tempted. But what they fail to understand is that a woman's emotional world is in constant motion. And when her life starts feeling too structured, too predictable, too repetitive, her mind starts seeking a way out. Not because she wants to leave, but because she misses the feeling of not knowing what's next. The thrill isn't about sex, it's about the unknown. It's about the adrenaline rush she gets from a flirtatious conversation. The pulse-quickening moment when another man makes her feel attractive. The dopamine hit when she gets a text from someone who isn't her husband. This is why most men lose their women without ever cheating. Because while they're out here being reliable, consistent and predictable, another man is making her heart race again. A woman will never admit this to you. She'll tell you she loves stability, that she values comfort, that she wouldn't trade security for anything. But watch what she does when she meets a man who makes her feel something again. Watch how she suddenly dresses differently. Watch how she lights up when her phone buzzes. Watch how she becomes emotionally distant at home, but overly engaged with someone new. What can you do? Become the source of the thrill. Men who master relationships understand one thing. Women crave unpredictability. Stop being so available. The less predictable you are, the more intrigued she will be. Be a challenge. A woman who has to work for your attention will never take it for granted. Maintain options. A man who has other women interested in him will always be more attractive than a man who is fully locked down. When a woman doesn't know what you'll do next, she stays engaged. But when she feels like she has you figured out, she gets bored. And a bored woman is one conversation away from finding excitement elsewhere. Women don't cheat for sex. They cheat for excitement. They cheat because they miss the feeling of uncertainty, the feeling of chasing, the feeling of the unknown. And if you don't create that feeling, someone else will. A woman is only as loyal as her emotions allow her to be. And if she stops feeling excitement with you, she will search for it somewhere else. Number 3, she plays the justification game. She has already crossed the line, but in her mind she hasn't done anything wrong. She tells herself stories. She creates excuses. She rewrites reality in a way that lets her keep doing what she's doing without guilt. She was raised to believe in loyalty, in commitment, in building something with a man. But in modern society, where self-interest is worshipped, she has learned that she can bend the rules when it benefits her. She doesn't wake up planning to cheat. But when a man makes her feel something she hasn't felt in years, her mind starts playing tricks on her. I deserve this. It's just talking. I'm not actually doing anything. If my husband was more attentive, I wouldn't be here. This is how she convinces herself that she's still a good woman, even when she's doing something that would destroy her relationship if exposed. Her brain hates contradiction, so it finds a way to justify everything. The more she talks to him, texts him, thinks about him, the more she tells herself this is harmless. She starts making comparisons between you and the new man. He listens more. He makes her laugh more. He makes her feel young again. Her husband is stable, predictable, consistent, but this new man, he's exciting. And excitement is intoxicating. She feels guilty at first. She knows she's crossing boundaries, but instead of stopping, she finds reasons to keep going. If she was truly happy, she wouldn't be entertaining these conversations. But instead of fixing her relationship, she chooses the easier option, the option that gives her a high without consequences. She starts changing the rules in her head. Loyalty no longer means what it once did. Emotional connection isn't cheating. It's just a friendship. I'm just having fun. But it never stops there. She already knows where this is going. She has already seen the ending in her mind, but she convinces herself she can control it. The more she justifies it, the deeper she gets. One day, she looks at her phone and deletes the entire conversation thread. Why? Because now she has something to hide. And if she has something to hide, she already knows she's guilty. This is why married women become easy prey, because their emotions pull them in, and once they're invested, they'll lie to themselves to keep feeling what they're feeling. She isn't loyal to her husband anymore, she's loyal to her emotions. And when emotions override logic, she's no longer in control. What can you do? Stop thinking loyalty is permanent. Loyalty is only as strong as her emotions allow it to be. If she stops feeling challenged, she will start seeking adventure elsewhere. If she stops feeling pursued, she will find someone who makes her feel wanted again. If she starts lying to herself, it's only a matter of time before she acts on those lies. A woman needs to be kept in check by reality. She needs to know that she's in a relationship with a man who doesn't tolerate disrespect, who doesn't put up with emotional betrayal, and who knows exactly how women operate. The moment she feels like she can get away with things, she will push further. If she knows you will call out her excuses, she thinks twice before justifying bad behavior. This isn't about controlling her. It's about making sure she respects you enough not to start rewriting reality. A woman who respects her man won't allow herself to play these games. But the moment she starts testing limits and meeting no resistance, she will go as far as she can. And when she finally crosses the line completely, she'll look at you and say, "It just happened." But it didn't just happen. She rationalized her way into it, and by the time she realized what she was doing, it was already too late. Number 4, she keeps it a secret. She used to share everything with you. Now she's hiding parts of her life. A woman only starts keeping secrets when she knows she's doing something wrong. She starts locking her phone. She turns it over when she's around you. She takes longer to respond. She's building a separate world, a world where you don't exist. She isn't just talking to him. She's creating a space where she can feel like a different woman. A woman who isn't tied down by responsibility, who isn't just a wife, who isn't just someone's partner. The secrecy makes it more exciting. Every text, every late-night message, every small hidden action, it gives her an adrenaline rush. If you ask her, she'll deny it. She'll say you're overthinking it. She'll act like you're paranoid. But inside, she knows exactly what she's doing. Women aren't reckless with cheating. They're calculated, precise, strategic. She won't say anything that can be used against her. She won't leave any direct evidence. But watch how she moves. Her habits start changing. She spends more time out. She has more things to do that don't involve you. She smiles at her phone more than she smiles at you. She thinks she's being smart. She believes as long as she never actually crosses the line physically, she's still innocent. But emotional cheating is the beginning of everything. By the time she's hiding conversations, she has already crossed the first threshold. And the deeper she goes, the more invested she becomes. What she doesn't realize is that secrecy comes at a cost. The moment you feel disconnected, you stop treating her the same way. The moment you start suspecting things, she starts pulling away even more. Until one day, she looks at you and realizes she has already made a decision. She has already chosen who she is loyal to, her emotions or the life she built with you. And if her emotions win, she won't think twice about throwing everything away. What can you do? Never allow yourself to be blind to reality. If she starts hiding things, confront it immediately. If she starts creating distance, don't chase, pull away first. If she disrespects the relationship, she needs to feel the consequences. Men who tolerate secrecy end up betrayed. If a woman feels like she can hide things from you without consequences, she will push further and further until it's too late. A woman doesn't respect a man who lets her get away with small betrayals. And if she doesn't respect you, she won't be loyal to you. You never control loyalty. You inspire it by being the kind of man she fears losing. Women don't cheat on men they are afraid to lose. They cheat on men who make them feel safe enough to betray them. If you want to keep her in check, stop being safe. Stop being predictable. Stop thinking a wedding ring is a lock. Because the moment she starts hiding things from you, she has already opened the door to another man. Number 5, she craves validation. She says she's happy, but watch her actions, not her words. A woman never admits when she's seeking validation, but her behavior exposes everything. She doesn't just want attention. She wants to feel desired. She wants to feel chosen. She wants to know that, even after all these years, she still has the power to turn heads, to spark desire, to control a man's emotions with just a look. She has a man at home, but that doesn't excite her anymore. She knows exactly what to expect from him. His compliments feel predictable. His love feels like routine. His attention no longer excites her. So what does she do? She starts looking elsewhere. She starts putting herself in situations where she can test her desirability. She'll say it's harmless, but deep down, she's playing with fire. She posts thirst traps online, but claims it's just for fun. She engages in flirty conversations, but says it's just friendly. She lights up when another man gives her attention, but denies she's enjoying it. But the truth is, she loves it. A woman is addicted to feeling desired, and when that feeling fades in her relationship, she will look for it in the world. She starts dressing a little differently, putting more effort into her looks, but not for her man. She starts glancing at her phone, waiting for certain messages, feeling a thrill every time they pop up. She doesn't necessarily want to leave her relationship, but she wants to know she still has options. This is where most men get it wrong. They assume that because she's in a relationship, she'll act like she's off the market. But in today's world, most women don't fully commit anymore. They might be in a relationship, but they keep one foot out the door, just in case a better option comes along. And the scariest part, the more attention she gets, the more dissatisfied she becomes with her man. Because once she remembers the feeling of being pursued, of being chased, of being wanted by multiple men, she starts questioning, why am I settling for just one? This is why women test men constantly. She wants to see if you will chase her when she pulls away. She wants to know if you're still affected by her mood swings. She wants to feel powerful enough to control your emotions. And if she feels like she can get validation from other men effortlessly, then she stops valuing the validation from her own man. So what does she do? She starts dividing her attention. She starts engaging in subtle emotional affairs. She starts keeping secrets. Because the thrill of getting validation from another man is more exciting than staying loyal to just one. What can you do? Stop being the predictable, safe, always there guy. A woman doesn't respect a man whose attention she can get at any time. She respects a man whose attention is earned. If she disrespects you, pull away. If she starts acting like she has all the power, remind her she doesn't. If she thinks she has unlimited access to your attention, create distance. A woman who feels like she could lose you at any moment will never stop craving your validation. But a woman who feels like you'll always be there no matter how she acts, she will get bored of you. If you want to keep her engaged, become the source of her validation, but never let her fully own it. The moment she feels like your attention is secured, she starts looking for the next challenge. And in today's world, challenges are everywhere. Number 6, she redefines loyalty. She used to believe in loyalty. She used to think cheating was wrong, that commitment meant something, that marriage was sacred. But now she tells herself a different story. She convinces herself that loyalty is subjective, that as long as she's not sleeping with another man, she's still faithful. That flirting, texting, sharing emotions and building connections outside her relationship aren't actually cheating. That as long as she has an excuse, she isn't in the wrong. She isn't thinking logically anymore, she's thinking emotionally. If her emotions pull her in a certain direction, she will find any excuse to follow them. And this is how modern women betray their relationships without ever admitting they did anything wrong. She starts spending more time talking to a work friend. She laughs a little harder at another man's jokes. She shares things with him that she doesn't share with her partner. She tells herself, it's nothing serious. But deep down, she knows she's creating a second emotional home. She's investing in another man without ever calling it what it is. And by the time she realizes what she's doing, she's already emotionally detached from her relationship. Most men think that cheating is just physical. But the truth is, emotional disconnection happens first. By the time she crosses the final line, she has already rationalized everything in her head. She will blame her man for not making her feel wanted. She will blame the routine for making her feel unexcited. She will blame life for making her feel stuck. And the scariest part, she will never blame herself. She will never admit she destroyed something good. She will never take responsibility for the choices she made, because in her mind, she was just following her heart. She will rewrite history. She will convince herself she was never truly happy. She will tell herself she was unappreciated, undervalued, ignored. Even if none of it is true, even if she had a good man, even if she was treated like a queen, she will still justify her betrayal, because a woman's loyalty is not based on logic. It's based on how she feels. And when her feelings lead her away, she will follow them without looking back. What can you do? Stop thinking her loyalty is permanent. Stop believing she will stay just because of history. A woman is only as loyal as her emotions allow her to be. If she feels excitement with you, she won't need it elsewhere. If she feels valued by you, she won't seek validation from others. If she respects you, she won't risk losing you. The moment she starts redefining loyalty in her head, she has already started leaving. If you want to keep a woman loyal, you need to be the kind of man she fears losing. A woman doesn't betray a man she's terrified of losing. She betrays a man who is too predictable, too safe, too comfortable. She betrays when she feels like she can get away with it. The moment she starts questioning what loyalty means, she's already preparing to walk away. A man who understands this truth never allows himself to be complacent. Because the moment you believe she will never leave is the moment she starts looking for a way out. Number 7. She can't stop. She tells herself it was just a phase, just a little mistake, just a bit of fun. She convinces herself she has it under control, that she can walk away anytime she wants, that she's still a good woman deep down. But what she doesn't realize is that she has already fallen into something bigger than herself. She thought it was harmless at first, just a little attention, just an innocent conversation, just a text that made her heart race in a way it hadn't in years. But now she's addicted. She can't stop checking her phone. She can't stop craving the thrill. She can't stop replaying the moments in her mind. She thought she was too strong to fall for it, but now she's hooked. And it's not about the man she's talking to, it's about how he makes her feel. He makes her feel young again. He makes her feel unpredictable. He makes her feel like she has power again. And the worst part, she enjoys it. She knows it's wrong, but she also knows that nothing else makes her feel this alive. This is why most married women who step over the line don't stop. Because they aren't cheating out of desperation. They are cheating because it gives them something they can't get anywhere else. She tells herself she'll end it tomorrow. She says she'll cut him off soon. She promises herself she'll stop before it goes too far. But she won't. Because the truth is, she already went too far the moment she let herself crave it. She has built a life, a home, a family. But all of that feels small compared to the high she's chasing. And at this point, nothing else matters more than how she feels in the moment. She will sneak around, tell lies, hide messages, manipulate the truth, anything to keep this feeling alive. She doesn't even realize that she's playing a losing game. Because no matter how exciting this new man is, no matter how thrilling the affair feels, no matter how powerful she feels in the moment, it will never be enough. She will always need more. Because what she's chasing isn't the man, it's the validation, the thrill, the feeling of being in control. But the problem? She will never have enough control, because the moment she gets what she wants, she loses interest. This is why women don't leave their men for the guy they cheat with. Because it was never about him. It was about the game. And once she gets him, the game is over. She doesn't want just one man. She wants the constant chase. And once the chase ends, she needs a new one. This is why most married women who cheat don't stop at one. Because the moment they taste the high of stepping outside their relationship, they can't go back to normal life. She will never feel satisfied again in a world without secrecy, danger, excitement. So she keeps going. She keeps playing the game, even when it starts destroying everything. She will lie to herself until the day it all comes crashing down. She will tell herself she's not doing anything serious until she loses the man who actually cared about her. She will pretend she's still in control until she realizes she lost it a long time ago. And then it's too late. She will wake up one day and have nothing left. The marriage, gone. The family, broken. The man she chased after, moved on. And she will sit there, wondering how one small moment of excitement turned into the biggest mistake of her life. She will blame everything but herself. She will say she was lonely, that she was neglected, that she had no choice. But the truth? She made the choice. She fed the addiction. She played with fire. And now she has to live with the burns. What can you do? Understand that most women do not cheat because of unhappiness. They cheat because of boredom, because of validation, because they want to feel something different. They cheat because they can. They cheat because society allows it. They cheat because they know that no one will hold them accountable. The modern world has made female betrayal easy, justifiable, even celebrated. Social media gives her unlimited attention at all times. Dating culture tells her she should always explore her options. Weak men make her believe she can get away with anything. This is why you cannot be weak. A weak man gets cheated on and never sees it coming. A weak man believes in the fantasy of permanent loyalty. A weak man trusts blindly, even when the signs are right in front of him. But you are not weak. You are a man who understands reality. You are a man who doesn't tolerate disrespect. You are a man who doesn't give blind trust, only earned loyalty. A woman who knows her man has options, who knows he isn't easily replaced, who knows he commands respect, will never risk losing him. A woman who feels like she can get away with anything will push every boundary until there's nothing left. If you want to keep your woman in check, you don't control her, you control your value. The moment she sees you as a man she cannot afford to lose, she will never risk betraying you. Because a woman's biggest fear isn't being alone, it's losing a man she knows she will never find again. If you've made it this far, you already know the truth. Women are not naturally loyal, they are conditionally loyal. Loyalty is not a promise, it's a choice she makes every single day, based on how she feels, based on what excites her, based on what she believes she can get away with. If she knows she can disrespect you without consequences, she will. If she believes you're weak, she will look for a stronger man. If she stops feeling the excitement of being with you, she will seek it elsewhere. You are not the exception. You are not immune to the rules of female nature. If you think your woman is different, you are already one step away from getting blindsided. You have two choices. You can ignore everything you've learned today and keep living in the fantasy that she will never change, never leave, never betray. Or you can face reality and take control of your life as a man. Women are wired to test you, to see if you are the kind of man who commands respect, who stands strong, who never allows himself to be taken for granted. If you fail these tests, if you let yourself become weak, soft, or predictable, she will slowly lose attraction, slowly disconnect, and eventually she will betray you, either emotionally or physically. And by the time you realize it, it will already be too late. The world does not feel sorry for weak men. Society tells you to be kind, to be patient, to trust blindly, to ignore your instincts. And those who listen end up broken, betrayed, and confused, wondering where it all went wrong. But those who wake up never have to suffer that fate. Because a man who understands female nature, who builds his value, who knows his worth, never fears betrayal. Why? Because he knows he can always walk away. He knows that his time, his energy, his presence are the ultimate prize. And if a woman doesn't respect him, doesn't appreciate him, doesn't value him, she is instantly replaceable. That is power. That is freedom. And that is the only way to ensure you never fall victim to the game that so many men never even realize they are playing. If you want to be the kind of man who never gets blindsided, you need to start taking action today. Stop being blindly loyal to women who haven't earned it. Stop putting women on a pedestal. Start focusing on your purpose, your money, your fitness, your self-respect. Become the kind of man who is never replaceable. The moment a woman feels like she could lose you to someone better, she will never risk disrespecting you. The moment she knows you won't tolerate games, she will never play them. The moment she sees that you have options, she will never take you for granted. Everything in life is a choice, and your future depends on the choices you make right now. So ask yourself, are you the kind of man who leads, or are you the kind of man who follows? Are you the kind of man who women respect, or the kind of man women betray? Are you the kind of man who controls his life, or the kind of man who gets controlled? Comment, I see it now, if you're done being blind to reality. Support this channel. Every single like, every single comment, every single share helps more men wake up to the truth that no one else will tell them.